I'm involved in a contested divorce, and all of the issues are at play. There are retirement accounts, there's a property, a home, a marital home, there's investment property, there are stock, bond, mutual funds, there's a business, there are multiple children. Everything is in play. This is almost like a law school test. If you have parents and you're married this length of time and the divorce lasted, let's say 10 years, let's say it's a 10-year marriage with a 5-year divorce. What do we base maintenance on? Well, there's a number of statutory factors and by case law. And child support, there's actually a statute governing child support. However, that statute goes up to $203,000. And if you earn an amount above $203,000, that's a discretionary amount with a certain set of factors. So everything's at play. And let's say the settlement should be $500,000. That would be the division of equitable distribution. And this number is higher than that, but for purposes of this conversation, $500,000. If you do the math and you factor it and you take a look at the law, so say there's $1 million in assets, $500,000 each. When is it appropriate? When is it productive? When does it make sense for the moneyed spouse, the one with the business and maybe has a higher percentage of future income, or not a higher percentage, but an actual higher future income possibilities? Does it make sense, in this example, for the moneyed spouse to overpay slightly, or maybe a lot, but to get finality, to get resolution, to get an end date to the divorce? And if you settle, it's not appealable. So it perhaps makes sense to overpay in some amount, an appropriate amount, so that you forego continued trial, waiting for a decision, and a possible appeal. This is the art and business of the practice of law. I had a consultation about an uncontested divorce today. A property, children, and looking to resolve the matter. Well, how do you do that? If a couple has an agreement in principle, and even finally, you can resolve a divorce in an uncontested way. There are 3 points of friction in a divorce: fault, grounds, equitable distribution, how do we divide the money, and children, how do we share parenting the children. So in this instance, it was going to be irretrievable breakdown. There was an agreement, verbal agreement, consensus, to sell the property and divide the money. And they had an arrangement for